Well, a new report has painted a grim picture for the future of Sydney's pubs and clubs. The latest quarterly report from the Nighttime Industries Association found the average number of people frequently visiting the city's key nightlife hubs has dropped by 12% to 24% in April to June compared to the same time as last year. The state's Premier Chris Minns promised when he was elected that he would put his heart and soul into reviving Sydney's nightlife. Clearly, it's not working. But is it all his fault? A study by the Sunday Telegraph found the main reason young people weren't going out as much was cost, loneliness and social media. Take a look at this.
Why aren't people going out dancing as much anymore?
I feel like potentially it's not as cheap and accessible as it once was.
I think just price. Like, it's really expensive, like, especially drinks. Like, for one drink, it's like $12.
A lot of the time it's more about being seen out than it is about being out.
Oh, well, God. Joe, I actually did the poll. So on that article, there was a poll saying, can Sydney's nightlife be revived? I clicked yes out of curiosity to see what other people did, and 70% said no. They do not believe the nightlife can be revived.
Well, its day life hasn't even been revived. And this is the thing, this is what happens. It sounds like something from the Lord of the Rings, but this is why all these COVID decisions that governments rushed into without thinking through all the consequences for completely reshaping our society, this is why they were so catastrophic. So, and once things are done, they often cannot be undone. I mean, we can't even get people to go back to the office for the jobs that they are paid to do, let alone getting them to go out voluntarily and pay other people for the privilege of doing so. So I think, so that is one thing. Another thing is, again, the rise of dating apps and everything. I mean, why did you used to go to a nightclub? You went there to meet people, to hang out. You never know who you'd get.
Have a kiss on the dance floor.
Maybe a bit of a kiss, maybe a bit of a smush on the dance floor.
They're saying in that video, no one goes on the dance floor anymore.
No, that's, no, that's right.
Have you seen Gen Zers? No offence, Gen Zers. Have you seen them try and dance? I tell you what, us millennials have got them.
Can I say Gen X, we were the ones who invented the Melbourne Shuffle. We have got dancing absolutely down to a T.
There's something that comes up in the Telegraph. The Telegraph also says Gen Z, which is how we pronounce it in Australia, are actually prioritising wellness above partying.
I know.
If this is the case, I've got to take back everything I ever said about Gen Z. They're much smarter than I thought.
No, that's even worse. No, they should be out there getting drunk and shagging people behind bushes.
This is
don't do that.
Do you know? No, this is one of the things that I'm very passionate about. They are not prioritising wellness out of the goodness of their heart. They are prioritising wellness because they're too scared to take a risk, and that is a bad thing. You going out in your 20s, getting drunk and potentially embarrassing yourself a little bit. This generation is petrified of the humiliation because everything's filmed.
Because of social media?
It's not good. And it's when we talk about whether Sydney can do it, this is something that we're seeing across the world in a lot of different places. And it is a cultural change. And I don't think it's a good thing. You are supposed to be...
Yeah, you're meant to do dumb stuff.
You are supposed to do dumb stuff. And you're supposed to have
everyone
fun.
gets their phones out. Like, we think about when we were all back going to nightclubs, social media wasn't really a thing.
But I think the other thing, apart from the risk of actually just being filmed, the other thing social media has caused is the rise of virtue signalling. So your identity as a young person and how cool you are is very much linked to, I mean, in China it's mandatorily linked to it, but is very much linked to you doing all the right things and you being the perfect human being. Oh, that's what I agree. That's what I'm saying.
So,
and also they're crippled by anxiety as well, by about climate change as well. So they've death scrolled their own minds into thinking it's all going to.
But I do think COVID was the tipping point because people thought that it was possible but didn't know if it could be.
Well, we brought in the lockout laws. Then we had COVID. And then we've had this cultural thing where wellness, I hate wellness. I just think it's so dull. And also, Kel, in all of those clips saying that they're not going out because it's too expensive, you know what they do instead? They go and take drugs. And that is not wellness. They take drugs because drugs are cheaper.
But how?
And that is
no.
Even more terrifying. Some of them don't do anything.
Buying gym memberships. I mean, there are now gyms used to be grubby places where boxers train. When I was a kid, now there's gyms everywhere, and all of these kids, they're filling the gyms. It's their gym memberships that's soaking up all their money.
I'd rather in gyms though than in jails. Just saying.
But it's a big spectrum. And when you go to Bondi on a Saturday or Sunday morning, and there are people people in their 20s up at 5:30 exercising. I'm like, good on them. Last night.
Look, I'd exercise and make Zuckerberg a right wing, then there's something to it.
No,
I think it sounds dull and boring and serious.
Yeah. I met them. I would never call them dull and boring and serious, but I met these two kids, teenage son of a friend of ours and his girlfriend, and they'd just come back from travelling. They were the nicest, sweetest, loveliest kids. They were incredibly polite. They, made their own bed when they were done. I mean, I've had when I used to be on, morning television, we had the young producers over to my house, and they would they'd bring a little gift and then send a text message the next morning saying they had a lovely time and thanks for having us. No one in Gen X does that. Like, no one. Like, they're all so nice, and it's driving me crazy.
Well, it's sad. Hopefully
it's called civilization, Joe.
No, civilization's for the old. When you're young,
you would have had some nights out, surely.
I did. I think it was great, but you need to go and meet people in real life, and that might to combat some of
Go to church. That's real life, everyone.